I was honored to be a part of a panel discussion and focusing on integrating hotel projects into community. And one of the great things about independent properties, as you look around the province and across Canada, is independent properties tend to be placed right in the center of town, and they've become a real focal point for community engagement. And a lot of discussions around how you can developing hotels to kind of be that community centerpiece. You'll notice a lot of new hotel builds these days tend to be integrating lobby spaces where the community can come in. It might be cafes, liquor licensing the lobby, and providing these spaces that are not just for guest use, but also where the community becomes a part of those spaces as well. I'd like to say that a lot of my colleagues took a lot of ideas that we have implemented at the lodge. Certainly discussing with other independent hoteliers, there's some unique things that others were doing. Sometimes a little bit difficult on how we might be able to fit it into our environment. But we came up with a few ideas around sustainability, some of our green initiatives that we could maybe do a little bit differently. Sustainability obviously has become a large focus, especially for our guest experience. And we want to obviously continue to focus on our sustainability initiatives, especially seeing as our stature as one of the greenest hotels in Canada. Attending a conference like this, I think, at least gives us the idea that we're not alone. To be at a conference where you're with your peers and colleagues that also run independent hotels, you soon realize that we all seem to have the same problems or the same challenges. So being able to network with other hoteliers in that space and understanding the challenges that they're having, and being able to kind of bounce ideas off of each other, there's a lot of great shared learning that happens. Again, the strategy is probably around sustainability, and one of the things that certainly stood out for me at this conference was the number of Canadian suppliers that were actually at the trade show. We were able to connect with some new ones. A couple of them are right here in BC. That had some great and innovative products related to sustainability practices, especially around things like bathroom amenities and our paper products. So we're quite excited to have forged those relationships with some of those new suppliers, and we'll be looking to see how we can implement some of their products. I think it's interesting when we look towards future trends. One of the things that is becoming quite prevalent is guest loyalty programs. Obviously the big brands and the chains, they've offered them for a very long time, and as an independent, it's very difficult to be able to create your own focused program. And with Stash is completely targeted at independent hotels like ours, and it provides us the opportunity to be in, I guess, sort of like a loyalty club with other independent hotels, so that our guests have choice, not just with ourselves, but there are others in the program. So that was really one of the largest benefits that stood out for me, and having access to a program that we could belong to that provided that. Given our independence, I think we have greater flexibility because as things adapt and change, we're able to pivot very quickly and implement, whether it be a new program or a new way of doing things. We don't have an office in Toronto we have to bounce ideas off of, or a brand that we have to get approval for. Being independent, we're able to change almost overnight if we have to. Big one that kind of stands out for me is probably brand recognition. Everyone knows all the large hotel brands that are out there. They're front and center all the time. Independents, we're just our own name. And but that being said, a lot of a lot of travelers that are out there today are looking for unique experiences, and that's what independent hotels have to offer. Our flexibility, being independent, we're usually able to integrate into the local community a lot better. Our staff are local. They're long-term. They have the local knowledge that you don't find in a lot of other places. One of the things that stood out as important for us was building local relationships with other businesses and community partners, and that with local tour guides, local restaurants who we refer our guests to, and some of the products that we use in the hotel could be some of our food-based products. Or our gift shop. Our gift shop is made up of all local merchandise, and being able to partner with those others that are in the community and help to provide a greater economic viability for everybody. Well, for us, it was creating that home away from home that our guests have come to appreciate. And the thing that I think sets independent hotels apart is, we're not cookie cutter. There's no template. They're exactly what the name speaks for. They're independent. So, wherever you stay across the country at an independent property, they're all going to provide something unique and something different. Certainly, sustainable practices, I think, will continue to be front and center. Our guests certainly appreciate that. As we look towards, climate change and all the things that are happening globally, sustainability practices, I think, are going to be front and center first and foremost. The other trend that I certainly see is a wellness tourism. People looking for healthy choices. Coming to a location like ours where there's plenty of adventure pursuits right outside our door. And the other one that I have certainly seen is what I call bleisure. It's the combination of both business and leisure travel. People as we tend to be working more, but also working digitally gives people the opportunity they can take their work with them. So we're starting to see more people that are extending their stays to be able to have that combination of, as I say, their business travel with leisure.